but there was somebody that was just like, yo, can you like, you know, you're at some bar with this sound guy who's probably just, you know, getting paid $50 in a case of beer,
pizza and a beer,
and you're like, yo, can you scoop the 4K please? And he's like, I have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah, what the fuck did you just say?
You know where you're at, son?
You know where you're at. Yeah, 4K is like I was back in the day. I went on a big tyrant against 4K. We're talking about the audio frequency, not the video. Yeah, right. I remember because there was a point in my my music liking career, what I've liked, where I hated I hated distorted guitar for a while, and I was like, I want to hear less of it. I want to hear less distorted guitar.
Yeah,
and like. There's this nasty frequency in guitar. The 4K, it's just like the hissing sound. So I was on a tirade against it for a long time.
Dude, we should cancel 4K, dude.
Just get rid of it. We've moved past the need.
We've evolved.
For 4K.
Yeah.
Welcome back,
dude. Welcome back.
Hey,
what's up?
You're back in the state.
Dude?
Hey, as far as the podcast listeners go, they're not missing nothing.
Dude,
usually we record a week in advance. This is 2 days in advance, so this is gonna be.
Dude.
Oh yeah,
fresh.
that's true.
Fresh.
Dude,
fresh
that's
on.
true, man.
Fresh.
Lots happened.
Lots happened.
Yeah,
man.
you've been hiking?
I've been hiking.
Where you been hiking?
Fucking dude.
We've been Ubering.
You guys were in Washington, right?
I went to Washington State, the state of Washington, not the
beautiful
not
state.
Yeah, the beautiful state, not the our capital.
Which actually is its own state.
Something's up with
Shut
that.
up. Yeah, something's going on there.
I don't
We gotta
like
check that out. Yeah, so I walked. We did like a chill hike the first day, and it was beautiful. It was, sunrise, so sick. We walked like 2 miles, maybe. I think 6 miles throughout the whole day, driving and going to different hikes. Second day in Seattle, had breakfast at a fucking record store.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. I bet you saw some cool local business type stuff.
So
like that.
sick. It was like the cheapest breakfast we could find too, which was what was like extra cool about it. It's called like Easy Street Records, I think.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's famous or not, but Easy Street Records is a thing.
Oh, is it? I think it was.
Definitely heard that.
It was something. I could be. I could also be wrong, but it was awesome. They had a bunch of fucking records there. I saw like new albums on CD, which I thought was crazy.
Oh yeah,
That's cool.
People still making CDs,
dude.
Just like,
Classic.
is that going to be the next vinyl? You know, vinyl made a comeback. Are
Right.
CDs going to make a comeback?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, like the 90s comeback and the CDs and the retro.
I think if you can make it cool with like,
Yeah.
because dude, I 100% pulled out the sleeve and it was a little book, you know.
I love the book.
Look at the lyrics, the songwriter credits.
Cool art.
Yeah, which that was what vinyl people loved about vinyl.
Oh,
know?
what I like about vinyl is the fucking just the big artwork.
Yeah,
seeing the artwork at 3 times the size or whatever.
Dude, seriously, there is something like that magnetic about vinyl. If you're a music lover, that like I don't have a vinyl player or anything. I don't know how to maintenance them, but like I want them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
That might just make me a poser. I don't know, but
We love vinyl way more than we actually do it. If that makes any sense.
well, and it's like you don't even want to do it because it just it's deteriorating. Like I would like to collect cool vinyl.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Have a cool record player just to like
even
in the room.
Yeah, just cool bands stuff, any memorabilia stuff like that's cool to me.
Yeah. I think the artwork's always cool, but I'm also fucking graphic artist or whatever. So it's a little bit, I don't know. But yeah, so we did that that day, walked around Seattle, went to fucking aquarium.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
See a whale?
Was it big?
See whales
It was a pretty big aquarium. No whales.
Sharks?
the biggest
No
animal
sharks.
of all time.
Dude, Shed Aquarium in Chicago is better. That's
Dude,
all I'm gonna say.
I haven't
Ooh.
been to an aquarium like ever.
Really? It's fine.
There's one in Atlanta that
Did we
I
ever
always
go to
wanted
the-
to go to. But
Oh yeah. Didn't we go to the one in Mall of America that one time?
is there an aquarium there?
Is there an aquarium in the mall?
Remember
of America?
like where we would always park and then walk over? There was like an aquarium that would go down underneath.
Whoa.
You know what
You don't remember that?
you know what an aquarium is, right?
Yeah. You
I
don't
think-
remember seeing the aquarium?
I think that was like one of those things they put lobsters in at the restaurant.
No, there's a real. It's the Mall of America, dude.
Yeah, but
You dissing on the Mall of
I
America?
remember Legoland. I remember roller coasters. I don't remember no aquarium.
Dude, well, all you.
Hey,
do
let
is
us know in the
Legoland.
comments if there's an aquarium at the Mall of America. We
Yeah.
could
I'm
Google
gonna
this.
find this
Will
out.
we?
Yeah, just Google it, dude.
Yeah, so we did that that day. And then the third day, so my girlfriend really likes hiking. Like, I like hiking too. Don't get me
Mhm.
wrong, but she likes hiking. And like when you say hiking to somebody that lives around here in Iowa, Illinois, they're like, yeah, dude, hiking's great. I love going for, walks in the woods. And then you go out there and you do a hike that's listed as like moderate, and you're going up 2,000. Is it okay? We got aquarium.
Oh yeah, dude. We got sea turtles over here. We got crocodiles. We got sea life at Mall of America.
So we figured it out.
Yeah, so we can go to
So
that.
you had no idea.
I just said I don't remember it. I didn't say it didn't exist.
Dude, you were dogging on Mall of America.
Yeah, you did dog on
on
Mall of America.
America in general.
Yeah, that was kind of a dog on America in general. Yeah,
Dude,
it was.
well, I'm a patriot.
Put this guy in jail for
I'm a
this
patriot.
information.
Don't read me wrong. I'm a patriot.
I love Mall of America. I love America.
I love French fries.
I
American
have
fries.
French
NASCAR.
fries. Yeah.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, dude. So we walked she decided that we need to do. There's two sides of this hike. One side's a gradual incline for 4 miles. The other one is a not so gradual incline, a steep incline for 3 miles. So she said we should do the steep one. So on the way back, we're walking gradually.
Right.
Makes sense. But it was fucking hell, dude.
Dude.
Going up 2,000 elevation, like when you're from
Breathing.
Iowa and you're not like that in shape,
We're not made for that.
I'm not made for that.
Dude,
I'm a big guy.
Elevation is a whole nother animal.
I literally got to the top and had a panic attack.
Dang. Were you like was there any like dangerous cliffs?
The whole fucking time.
Oh, dude.
Maybe I'll put some pictures up on this if I think about it. But they're like literally like these hikes. If you take one bad step,
Yes.
you're fucking toast.
That's crazy.
Game over.
Wasn't there
One bad step.
you posted an animal or something?
Oh yeah, dude, a marmot.
What's a marmot?
They're like little groundhog looking things, and they
It
scream.
looked big.
They're big. They're like groundhog size.
Yeah, that it
Are they
looks
screaming
bigger.
at you?
Yeah, they do. They go. It's except it's higher pitch. I just can't go that high. Yeah, they're sick. But yeah, dude, got to the top. I got to like almost all the way at the top, and I was like. So I have such bad body anxiety. Like anytime my body feels something different, I go in like panic mode, and I'm such a bitch. I was my heart. I went into AFib once a few years ago, and ever since then I've been scared about my heart. So we get to the top, my heart's beating fucking so fast, and was going up 2,000 feet in the air.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this sucks. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I can't catch my breath. And then like I had like that full body dread, and I like was panicking for a second. So I like sat down and I chilled, and I was like, oh yeah, the air is thinner.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking 2,000.
Yeah.
I'm at 7,000 elevation.
Yeah, that's high, dude. You were so high.
Dude, I was so fucking.
The air is thin, but in your mind, there's just demons
Exactly.
Yeah.
waging war, and you're like, no. Yeah, I feel that.
Fighting
I
my
can feel
demons
that.
up there. But yeah, it was a sick trip. Crazy views.
Nice, dude.
I posted on Facebook about it, and I was like, I posted some pictures from the top of this mountain, and I said, wow, I can't believe Iowa is this beautiful. Thinking people would get it as a joke. I had like 5 people comment and like, oh my God, where is this?
No.
I want to go visit it. And I'm like, guys,
Come on.
It's just
Guys.
right outside the Quad Cities, South End. Go on 80.
like if this fucking place was within 4 hours of here, you would know about it.
Did it have any type of effect on you wanting to live here? Or were you like, man, there's so much cool stuff out there. Should I go move somewhere else for a while?
So it's like my girlfriend wants to live out there. I don't, because the traffic is fucking hell. There's one road that is like goes from northern Washington to southern Washington. Everybody takes it to Seattle like every day. So the
Yeah.
traffic is like stressful. I like the amount of people there sucks.
Yeah.
How many? Is it big?
It's huge, yeah.
What town
Seattle's
was
pretty
that?
big.
Oh, we were in Seattle actually.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Seattle's pretty fucking massive. But yeah. I don't really want to live there. I like vacationing there more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
like,
cool.
you know, being that close to insane scenery, like I get the appeal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get
I
the
mean,
appeal. But so does everybody that lives there.
well, anytime I go visit like Chicago or like when we went to Austin, I was like, oh man, it would be
Yeah.
so cool. Just like
Austin is sick.
Austin, and dude, the traffic isn't bad at all.
Yeah, I don't remember it being that bad either.
It's like Minneapolis. Like there's traffic, but it moves quick. Everything's like 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
And there's like, 1 million people total. 2 million
what I liked about Austin when I went was like I'm not a big show guy or anything, but there was a show at like every single bar on
Dude.
Saturday night. You walk down and there's
Oh yeah.
fucking 15 different bands playing. It's like,
Bro, I've
It's wicked.
always like when I was a little kid, we lived in Georgia. We lived in a suburb of Atlanta, and that was the only time I lived someplace where there was like bands that I liked that were always coming in town. Austin, it's like constantly there's band. I every tour flyer of a band that I want to go see has Austin on it or something very close, Dallas, Fort Worth, or something. I'm like, dude, and we, the QC's gotten so much better. Dude.
got better, yeah.
In the last 10 years, like we have actual venues bringing in nationals. In the last couple years, they're getting steady. Data Remembers coming to
Yeah, what the fuck?
Mhm.
Vibrant. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Shout out iRock. They've been doing a lot of that stuff. You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's IROC?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's
Sick.
wonder if they're getting any locals on that. That'd be cool. I doubt it. It seems like it was a full show.
No, Data Remember.
Is it just them? Or
It's
is
a-
it,
no,
what
they-
tour is that?
I
Data Remember and God, one of the other bands was it was Stand Atlantic,
Mm.
I think.
you just gave me an idea. But
Yeah, hey. Yeah.
But yeah, the Data Remember show, that's pretty cool. It's funny because their last song they put out kind of like got some heat,
Yeah, they got shit on.
and I was like, I don't know why
It was a
everybody's
fine
hating
song.
on
It was a
this.
fine song.
It's
From
like-
what I remember, I think it was something where it's like the title of it was really ironic to them or some shit.
Sure, I can't even remember what the title
can't
was.
either. I
The
don't
video
think I
was
heard it.
cool.
I remember the video being cool too.
Yeah, it had a car in it. and
People just
stuff.
like,
dude.
but this does remind me. I do have a bone to pick with the QC,
let's.
Mm.
and this is gonna
Dig in.
sound a little old manny probably, but like
Okay.
going to Washington where it's beautiful. Seattle's a big city.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy there. There's a lot of cool things going on. Why is everything the same price in the Quad Cities
Oh, dude,
than it is in Seattle?
that's a good question.
And also, and not even just that, the Quad Cities has more expensive food trucks than Seattle.
Dude,
Really?
Like,
it's trends, man.
dude, there's something weird going on here, man. I swear, like, I don't know what it is.
It's COVID, dude.
didn't
This
seem that-
is all like ripple effect from COVID.
but it's they're like a lot of these smaller businesses are just like choosing or not choosing. A lot of smaller businesses are struggling from the places above them charging more.
Mm-hmm.
But like, how have we not figured out why is it more expensive here than Seattle,
Yeah.
Washington, Seattle, fucking Washington, where you can go see a fucking waterfall off the side of a goddamn mountain?
yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
Austin wasn't that much more expensive than the Quad Cities
Doesn't make
either.
sense.
No, Austin is literally like everything was pretty on par.
Yeah,
I was
I think
looking at
even-
housing.
Yeah, even
and
Austin,
Dude,
the rent is like similar.
They,
It's like,
they-
let's go.
it's actually
Right.
it's starting to kind of back off a little bit because all the people that are gonna move there have moved there,
Yeah,
and it's like
that's fair.
they're still building all this
For now.
stuff, and they're like, shoot, we gotta
must
pump the
expand.
brakes on these. Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
we got too many skyscrapers coming in here.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like, dude,
But-
we could go get a kind of a dope. You can get a house for the same
Right.
price as rent.
I
here.
haven't looked at the houses there, like what the house cost is, but I know the rent is like comparable to the Quad Cities.
yeah, I was gonna say that's what I was
Right.
looking at was just like apartments and stuff and what you get.
right. Like a rental here is like $1,400 downtown,
Yeah,
and I think
downtown.
it's roughly that in Austin.
Yeah.
like I don't think it's
Yeah.
that much.
That's for sure. I mean,
Different.
I had the price narrowed even lower than that. I was looking for stuff like 1,000 or
Right,
under,
there-
and they exist.
And that barely exists here. So what is
Yeah.
going on in the Quad Cities? Why is it so expensive here?
I don't know. I know that there's definitely some. There is the thing is I'm like there's definitely some cheaper options because I've even been looking around here and it's like you can get like a studio apartment for $600,
Right.
you know.
The
and-
shithole.
on the
hole, but
low
yeah.
end, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks nice enough inside.
Right,
You can
right,
make
right.
it cozy outside of the building. Maybe not the best. I don't know, but it's a weird, dude. Everything economy-wise sucks right now,
Yeah,
dude.
it's
And
Totally,
it's-
total fucking bummer, dude.
It's everywhere. It really
Oh,
sucks,
We're
dude. Like
fricked.
buying a car. We've been trying to buy a car, dude, and like
hell.
there's no cars out there on any like car
It's a war
lots don't
zone.
even have most. I think out of all the lots I looked at, there was only 2 or 3 options between all the lots that were under 10K.
Right.
And I know that's not a lot of money to most people, but like
no, it's a lot of money.
you know,
I
it's
mean, most people, yeah, probably.
most
is.
people.
Yeah, I mean, I think 75% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
10K is a lot of money.
Yeah,
Right.
that's where I'm at. I'm
All
in that
day.
I'm in that 75% boat.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
And it's like
As much as I love it.
the resale market on stuff is crazy, dude. Like
Yeah.
if you go on Marketplace, people want like there's stuff out there with 200,000+ miles and like rust, and they want $12,500
know.
From like 1984.
oh yeah, like
It's
2008.
bad.
Or,
It's
and I'm like,
bad.
what do we do?
It's crazy.
What do we do? What are we gonna do?
Hey, what are we gonna do
So-
about it? Yeah, I don't like used car market being like more expensive because it's like I don't know. They're like
That's-
my girlfriend's car is a 2010 Corolla. I think she bought it for like $6 or $7 grand, and she could sell it for like this was like 6 years ago. She bought it.
Yeah.
She put 50,000 miles on it.
She can still sell.
She
it
could
for
sell it
6-7
for
grand.
probably $8 now.
Yeah,
Like, how
exactly.
does that make
It's a
sense?
good car.
It's a great.
If you just
car.
need
Yeah,
miles
it'll run.
and
That's
and
why
less
I
hours.
just bought a new car because I was like, whatever.
Yeah, well, and that's where you get to. That's pretty
Yeah.
much where you get. You're looking. You're like, I need a new car now. Let me just go to this lot and get one because everybody on here on Facebook or Craigslist or whatever is trying to squeeze every nickel out of that thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So I was thinking about something. We had our episode last week. We had the amazing Buck on,
Buckmasters.
Buckmasters on. So we didn't really get to talk about your guys' new release.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So I want to talk about that a little bit.
Dude, let's talk
Let's
about
do
that
it.
song, bro.
So give what's the song called?
So
let's talk about let's talk about it.
Yeah,
Talk
dude.
about all of
let's
it.
talk about it.
It's
Well,
called
so-
Georgia Song.
Yeah, it's called Georgia Song, and it's from like years ago. It's from like at least a year and a half, 2 years ago. And
Yep.
we basically have been just like Adam had a back surgery, and then we
Mhm.
had some member
Mhm.
changes. So it's like we've just been sitting on it waiting.
Yeah.
And then it was like, let's just release this. Joe Gibbs, the amazing Joe Gibbs, shot the
Mhm.
music video for, which you
Thank
can
you, Joe.
see on YouTube, Facebook, and you can stream
Why-
it everywhere.
Why is it named Georgia Song?
Well, we came up with that like last minute. We kept like the only title we could like.
We didn't even come up with it.
Where did that come from?
We were jamming with Tico in Chicago, and he's like, "You should
Oh,
name
yeah.
this. You should
That's
name
right.
because at the time we were calling it Adapt or Die, which is just like the
Yeah.
first line in it,
It
and
was
I
like kind of lame.
yeah,
I don't know.
it was a little over dramatic. So he was like, "You should name it. You should name it the state, in that it references Georgia." And I was like, "That's not a bad idea."
Yeah,
Like because we
that's-
wanted that was just a working title anyways, and
Right.
so,
yeah.
and-
You name it whatever it's
yeah, and
whatever
this
the most common thing is.
I mean, the song, like, lyrically, it's just kind of like, and that's funny. I haven't actually thought about this because I wrote the lyrics all like at different times,
Mhm.
and they're not like, it's not like a full story or whatever. It just kind of
Yeah.
touches on different moments in time, but like same emotion, really, I guess. Which, I mean, the chorus is just kind of referencing that feeling of like falling down again,
Yeah.
kind of messing things up, or even like I know like one of the lyrics references like when I was a kid moving to Georgia, and it's like you kind of as a kid when you moved to a new place, especially coming from Iowa to Georgia, it was like a major culture shock. I went to a much
Mhm.
bigger school, and it was just like it was so much to take in. It kind of felt like one of those like do or die moments or fight or flight moments, because you
Mhm.
you're
Adapt.
you're a kid,
Adapt.
you don't have any friends, and so that was why the Georgia thing worked out, because I just that feeling popped up. But yeah, man, I really liked that song. Somebody was talking smack on it. I don't know if you saw that. on
Yeah,
our
yeah,
ads.
Adam said it.
Oh
You
yeah,
saved that
yeah,
Screenshot.
dude. So it's
Which part did they think sounds like?
The bridge probably.
yeah, the bridge riff.
And it's funny because like all throughout that time at our old job, like mowing every day, we probably went through every Blink album there is.
Right.
Like went through another phase of Blink again.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
still into Blink.
right. And
you know.
to me, I don't hear that song and like think of Blink-182.
Well, so I will be honest. There was
It's
a moment
super
where
Blinky.
I was like, yeah, this might sound too much like something that happens all the time.
Yeah,
when
it's
we're
just-
writing riffs, like, and like realistically, anybody, if you look at any artist, successful or not, they're typically. Ryan Tedder from One Republic was talking about this on one of his like songwriter session YouTube things.
Mhm.
He's like, you're basically just as an artist, you're a double-sided sticky piece of tape. And every time you listen to something, you're picking something up. And then at the end, you have all these little bits and pieces from other artists.
Yeah.
You do your own thing with it, and that's you, you know? So it's like, I don't have any problems with being influenced or ripping a riff off of something as long as that artist does their own thing with it, you know?
Absolutely.
It's like, that's like saying, like, I'm using a ball peen hammer and a sledgehammer, and that's the same thing. It's like, yeah, they're both hammers, they both hit stuff, but they're used to different tools.
Nice,
So
bro,
it's like,
nice.
that's kind of the way I look at it. And I like, the dude had his like account on private. So it was like, he was just talking smack, and I was like, bro,
Always private.
yeah,
Dude, he said something about how it sounds like Blink, and then I was like, heck yeah, dude. And then he was like, yeah, I think that's plagiarism, dude. I'm just letting you know. And I said,
dude.
I said, don't let it get stuck in your head. And then he said something like, dude, the original one already.
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, me too. It's
But I'm like, dude, it just shows how much lack of knowledge you have of songwriting. Like, this dude's probably never written a song or been in a band.
You know he hasn't.
And
and
maybe-
it's
yeah.
like, you don't
Either
even have
way.
your account public, so you're talking smack from like a encrypted private wall.
100%.
It's like, I really don't care at all. It's just, it is
Yeah.
funny. There was that first initial moment where I was like, I'm going to tell him what I think, and I'm going to show him.
So that feeling I got exposed to very early in like years ago, probably like 5-6 years ago when I was in 5 a.m. We put out a Drake cover,
Yeah, I remember
Hotline
that.
Bling, and every comment was just shitting on us in different ways.
Yeah.
So
dude.
like, you just like, I don't know. There's something like trial by fire, I guess. I was like, I don't know, hearing everybody just shit talk everything we're about. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know. I grew to love it. I love.
Yeah, you're like,
When-
I love
Dude.
this.
I don't care if they're talking shit. At least they're talking, baby.
Dude, it sucks
Yeah,
because
dude.
it's like, that's the only thing that works. Like, I say this all the time, but there was this dude who was on Reddit trying to figure out an answer to this problem he had. It wasn't, and he couldn't get anybody to respond. And he's like, all right, I'm going to make another account, make a thread, and present this question. And then I'm going to make, he's like, I'm going to go to my thread with this other account and comment on it with the wrong answer. And then everybody started flooding the thread, being like, "You idiot! You're so
Yeah.
dumb. The real answer is this." And he's like, "Finally, I got my answer." Like, it's like the reptilian brain, dude, just takes over. But Noel
So
Gallagher,
amped up.
Yeah, all that happened, and now Donald Trump's our president. So
is he?
no, I was just trying to
One can
skim
only
past that.
one can only hope.
one can only hope. God,
Just kidding, dude.
hell, absolutely, we live in hell. I was just saying like how brain rot has gotten us to the point where we have reality television stars running for office, like
Dude.
Oh yeah.
like because people love drama, people love.
And he's not even the
pain.
worst option.
I mean,
There's two bad options.
there's
bro.
two bad options.
Two bad options, bro.
You know,
But one,
Dude, everything's like this is like the boys
not-
now.
we're
Like
not
we're
a
officially.
it is
caught
the
up
boys.
To where,
Yeah.
dude, it's more
it's
football.
just happening. Like
People
that.
are rooting for a team. That's all it is.
So right now, yeah, it's team sports. Right now, there's one really fucking terrible option, and there's another option that you're like, maybe that could be okay, but instead she's like, let's just be closer to the other option instead of going the opposite way.
Dude,
But anyway,
yeah.
Dude, it's all about the context.
She's you want to talk about plagiarism.
you want to talk? Yeah, she's just,
tax on tips.
yeah, which is a dumb
I'm gonna
fucking
build that
policy,
wall.
by the way.
Dude, we should get rid of taxes in general, bro.
Dude,
They're not even spending the
We-
money right.
We need to reform the way our taxes are spent. Because I
Yeah.
believe in taxes. I believe in helping out everybody.
Well, it shouldn't be this high, that's for sure.
I mean, it should be. I think it should be equal for everybody.
Let's be really transparent.
Yeah,
about
like
where
a
every
flat
cent
a
is
flat
going.
rate.
I think a flat percent.
Yeah, like everybody, if you
Yeah.
if you make $1 million, it's 15. If you make $100,000, it's 15.
Yeah. Yep.
And then but you know what? We should have more than two parties. Like, I think that is
Listen, we
the
need ranked
stupidest.
choice voting right now.
Ranked choice voting.
Yeah, do you guys know what ranked
I don't
choice
know what
is?
that is. No.
Mm-mm.
I guess we're gonna get political on this podcast
Dude,
for a little
you
bit.
know what?
Just for a second.
No,
of
let's
political.
just give in, bro. You know what? We can't. It's just.
You know what? This is.
It's the most
conspiracy
important thing
podcast.
happening right now in the
unfortunately.
world, and I think
before we get into any political talk, what I will say is pay attention to your local elections, because your local elections are what make a difference in your life day to day. There's way more power to local politics than to your day to day life than any federal.
And anything we say here, I'll speak for myself for sure. I'm not I'm the average dummy, so it's like I may be wrong about a bunch of stuff, but I think the most important thing is that all of us here have different beliefs in certain things, and we're all still friends.
Yeah.
And there's no reason for us to be hostile over politics.
No, yeah.
We should be able to make it work. But I think it's obvious that the system is rigged.
The system is rigged. What I will say is, I will respect anybody's political beliefs until it starts affecting other people. That's when I feel like I need to step in and be like, no, this is where you're wrong. When it comes to gay stuff, trans stuff, letting people be what they want to be, do what they want to do, just that's just being used as a tool to try to manipulate you into feeling a certain way about things. Just let people live. Anyway, ranked choice voting.
Yes.
So basically, ranked choice voting is, say we have 3 candidates running, right? Mm-hmm. So when you go into the polls, you rank them 1, 2, 3. Okay, so basically, they tabulate all the polls. If one person does not have over 50%, then they get rid of the person in 3rd%. And then all the people who voted for their 3rd% candidate as number 1, their candidate in number 2 now gets their vote. Mm-hmm. So basically, let's say Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Jill Stein, and I went in and I voted Jill Stein number 1, Joe Biden 2, Donald Trump 3. Mm-hmm. My vote, once Jill Stein gets kicked out, my vote goes from her to Biden. Mm-hmm. So basically, it sucks. No, that's awesome. This is good, because that gives more viability to a third party. That's just how it gives more viability to a third party option.
Right.
Why can't we just have 4 or 5 solid parties?
But the ranked choice makes it so if your person, so right now, if we did just 3 parties that are running and they just get whoever gets the most votes win, it's going to be the Republican 100% of the time, because the Republican person is not going to vote for the third party generally.
I don't think anybody will. I think that's the self-fulfilling prophecy that's kept us in this 2-party system.
And that's why we need the ranked choice, because then somebody in a swing state where your vote actually matters, they'll go out and they can cast their vote to Jill Stein without feeling like they're throwing away their vote. Mm-hmm. Because the more. So in France, they just had an election where I don't think it's complete ranked choice, but it's very similar. Mm-hmm. And they just had a very progressive person win because of ranked choice. Mm. They didn't get the majority at first, but then after the third person got eliminated, they got majority. So they got a third party option in, basically, is what happens. And I think that, it's happening in Alaska right now. Conservative people really don't like it because it makes a disadvantage for them,
That's what I'm saying. It should just be cut and dry. You vote for who you want to win, and whoever has the most votes gets to win.
Yeah, and I think,
I know there's the electoral college and stuff, but I'm just talking about for people.
But I think the reason why that doesn't work is because if it divides, the way it divides people would give a certain party an advantage. Well, so having an option 1, option 2 makes it so my vote will go to this person, but if they don't win, it's going to this next person.
But there's probably a way that can be gamed.
Not really. There might be a way to game it and try to get somebody eliminated, but I need to do more research on that.
It's you should be able to win people over with what you believe in.
In an ideal world,
that's what I'm saying. These people that are running for president, and it's from what I gather, it's just you pretty much are. It's in England, the Queen and the King, they don't do what they used to. It's more of a figurehead position, and that seems to be what it is right now. Nobody is running the country right now.
Well, the cabinet is.
That's what I'm saying. So it's right now you don't have a president that's in really the best conscious state of mind that's pulling the strings. So it's capable of running without a president. What is the president doing in the first place? You know what I mean? It's we probably don't even. It's when the boss doesn't show up and everybody still does their job. They're do we need the boss? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
the only thing is they appoint the cabinet that does kind of run everything. So like there is the argument that their voice is
And
still
that's-
there within their cabinet.
Right.
But like, there's
just too much sketchy stuff going on,
there
dude.
is.
And
Yeah.
it's like people talk about other countries being corrupt, and I'm just like, it's funny that nobody wants to talk. Like, nobody is putting a spotlight on any of the actual issues, because the realistic thing is, like, when we were talking about like some of the transgender community, gay community, whatever, abortion, take any of these hot topics. It's like most people are. The majority, I would say, the silent majority that isn't making all the noise is mostly in the same position,
absolutely,
and doesn't care about what people do to themselves after a certain age. So there's a lot that we can all agree on, but they want to keep us separated because
preach, dude.
And like, dude, if you have to raise $1 billion to become president, like, who's paying that money? It's all corporations, and why are they doing it? Because they want this person to set them up once they get president with the stuff that is going to help their business continue to make money.
That is exactly what's happening with fucking Israel right now. Okay, like
I've been seeing some crazy riots or something, or protests.
Yeah, citizens in Israel are protesting against Netanyahu because they're like, dude, we got to stop fucking killing these children.
Wasn't there some hostages or something that they just found?
Yeah,
dead?
a couple hostages were found dead.
Whose hostages were they?
They were
Hamas hostages, or
Hamas took the hostages, and those hostages are now dead. But throughout this whole thing, Israel has been bombing where hostages are and killing their own hostages.
Right.
They've had an opportunity to stop this a bunch of times, but this is a genocide. This is not a.
We should completely strip the government of any power over us as individuals. They should only be like, the federal government shouldn't have anything to do with cities or states' policies. Those cities and states should have their people vote on it, and then the federal government is there to protect the country in a whole, in a like emergency situation. Bring the states together. That's supposed to be what makes this great, is that we can all do our own thing, because we're all a melting pot from different countries, different parts of this country, and it's like,
dude, that sounds like a whole lot of poopla.
Hoopla.
No,
Hoopla.
Hoopla.
The issue with the individual state government thing, that's kind of like what the Conservative Party wants. They want individual states.
I think libertarians too.
Right, libertarians, psycho asses. Yeah, they want that shit too.
Some of them are smart.
I mean, they're fine.
There's crazies everywhere too. That's what's sad. Is like, you start listening to like a belief, and you're like, well, that doesn't seem crazy, and then some radical in that sect comes in, and it's like, dude, how many like agendas are there within each party? There's sects that want this and that. It's like, dude.
Well, I mean, so like the thing that I look at is like, an extreme conservative is a Nazi. Like, an extreme conservative is a Nazi.
Okay.
An extreme libertarian doesn't believe in regulation, which is horrible. And then, an extreme person on the left, extreme leftist, wants fucking healthcare for everybody.
Yeah. Or communism.
Yeah. And I'm like,
I think
I'm open to communism at this point. I'm open to it. We've been propagandized to be anti-communist for so much that every time you hear the word, it kind of like punches you in the gut a little bit. We've been like fed this like.
I think a hybrid system is really the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think it's like the same thing with like the beliefs about hot topics. You have to be either yes or no.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not a yes or no thing. We already have socialistic things in our country. Mm-hmm. So it's like, let's strengthen those.
Let's strengthen those. Let's take it away from the corporations and then give it to the people.
Yeah.
And get rid of the middlemen.
You know what I think the biggest thing is too, is people over profit. I believe,
which is why I'm against libertarians.
Well, and I trust me, like I'm actually
right.
I don't know where I fit into everything, but like, I like capitalism. I like the idea of capitalism. I like having taxes that go to things that everybody has. Like, a universal healthcare doesn't sound terrible. The only thing that sucks is it's like, what, we just gave a bunch of money to who overseas, and we're $36 trillion in debt. Like, we might be the generation that is like going to witness the downfall of everything.
Yeah, no, we give billions of dollars to Israel, who has universal health care, which is incredible.
And Ukraine.
Yeah.
Which I think that's a big sham.
Yeah, the Ukraine thing's weird. That one I don't know enough about it. I've been really charged up about. I don't like any country invading another country like with.
Okay, yeah,
with
I agree.
That's exactly right.
Like
Exactly.
but it's like there's been peace talks multiple times that have been derailed on purpose, and it's like, why are we doing that? And that's, to me, that's all you need to know is like they want to prolong this proxy war because they want to poke Russia.
Yep.
And it seems like our country is doing a lot of antagonizing all over the world
as part of the course.
Yeah. And
dude.
It's like if our economy is 100% propped up by war, we should probably take a look at that and see how we can not be like that,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also not like completely naive and think that, hey, there's people out there that want to kill us. Like, we need defenses against that. You know what I mean? There's 100% people that if they had the chance, if they could pull something off like a 9/11, which probably was done.
We've messed with a lot of people.
Yeah, we've pissed off a lot of people, and
everybody.
There are certain people that do just want Western society to collapse, which is fine.
Yeah,
they're fine. That's your team. We're our team.
We're going to. It's gonna happen.
I want to keep our boot on the throat of people that want us to die, and hopefully, but let's try peace first.
Yeah, I think that the issue comes down to America as the antagonizer 99% of the time.
Yeah, which is really, I think a lot of people are starting to realize that with the Ukraine thing, because it's like, we could have had that ended. Like, realistically, Russia should have kicked their butts like day 2.
I mean,
and the only reason that there's still dying Ukrainians over there is because we keep giving them stuff to.
Yeah.
And Russia really, I don't buy this thing that like he's going to go take Poland, he's going to go do all this other, like, I'm not a Putin
honestly,
guy. But
I'm not a Putin guy either.
Like, I know
he's a piece of shit.
I know he's a bad guy, but I don't think he thinks he can win that. And I don't know. It's like if he was going to do that, he would have already done it. And
yeah,
times?
This
is me speaking from absolute
right, and I'm
ignorance.
not versed in Russia Ukraine. I'm against anybody invading anybody.
But dude, we're the average person here.
Yeah,
like we like this is. I have to believe there's a lot of people out there that have the same thought process as us. There's like, what's going on? Why can't we seem to get this to resolve itself before probably hundreds of thousands of people die?
I mean. Right now we have 40,000 people dead, a majority women and children, and
in Ukraine.
No, in Israel.
Oh, in Israel,
Palestine. Israel killing Palestinians.
Right.
40,000 fucking people. 40,000 people unarmed,
it's
essentially,
a lot,
in the guise of Hamas, which Hamas is just a result of Israel's apartheid. Like, it's like Hamas didn't just like come out of nowhere. It's been fucking these people in an open air fucking prison decided like.
Well, and I know
the only people on the Palestinian side is Hamas, unfortunately.
Well, dude, so this is like this is also what I've come to realize on that too, is like there's pretty much two sects of people. One is saying that Gaza was an open air prison and it was terrible conditions, and that's what happens when you put people in that situation. They revolt, which is true.
Yeah.
But then the other side is saying Gaza Strip, whatever, has been the most like financially aided by all the other, like by U.S., Israel, or UN, whatever. It's getting the most money per capita in the world, and it could be a paradise, but there's like 5 dudes in Hamas that are all now billionaires that kept all the money and are funding it for more stuff. Like, there's an obvious distaste for each other over there, and it goes back to the beginning of time. So it's like,
that's what's disgusting when people try to say this started on October 7th.
Right. It's like, dude, there is a history, and that's all over the planet, dude. I mean, there's like, what is it, the Koreans, Japanese, or Chinese? Like, there's certain history that goes all the way back for where they're racist against each other. Like, there's deep rooted hate for other people out there, and it's like, that's not going to go away.
Well, my thing with this whole fucking conflict right now is like we can't change the past. What we can change is the fact that the only reason this fucking genocide is still going on is because of the U.S. funding it. The U.S. giving weapons and money. Like, we let we let Netanyahu come into our Congress and say, you have to give us more weapons or so we can finish the job. And he gets a standing ovation from Americans. Like, dude, like,
well, and they're
it's disgusting.
But
man.
they're, those people that are cheering for that, like, this is where I've gotten to too. Is I'm trying to see it from like how does this make sense?
Yeah.
Why are they thinking this? And I'm like, it's under the guise that like Hamas needs to be destroyed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you look into that a little bit, like we've done it before too, where like we fund
fucking like Osama.
Exactly. Like we train
yeah.
these guys to like fight against other countries, and then they take that playbook and fight against us. And now we're like, well, how did this happen? It's like we funded them. We taught them how to do it. So it's like all these proxy wars, and it literally politics, like global international politics, we've just completely made a mess of everything.
As the U.S. does, man.
People, just all over too. It's like there's no place in the world where you can go and be like, it's perfect here. I know there's some like smaller countries that might have
it's better,
like the universal health care, crime rates low, everybody's got a job, and like blah blah blah. But like as a whole, it's like it literally brings me to this point where like you just look at like the human experience, the species in whole, and you're like, there isn't a way. Like, we're just too imperfect. You know what I mean? Like, if you
want too much power, too much money, man.
Yeah, like philosophical about it. Like, that's why I think that the only answer to that is like everything has to be at like the individual level, cities, states, countries need to stay in their country.
Or even smart, bro. We need to start communes. We need to get all of our money together with our friends and our family and make communes and just have little localized communism, bro.
I mean, dude, it works.
We need bunkers, dude. Zuck's getting a bunker.
Zuck's getting a bunker. We need a bunker.
What is that? Something's
dude, we're in the bunker, boys. This is the bunker.
Oh man, politics talk.
But yeah, it's sad. It really, what it is it's sad because there's people out there that have zero regard for human life, whether it's in our country or overseas. It's all about money. It's all about resources. It's all about control. And I get there's a certain element of national security, but like people are starting to realize that when people say this is a national security issue, there's something stinks.
Yeah, they just want to give more money to some fucking corporation.
Insider trading.
It's
politics.
Easy to see the solution because we're like, oh, dude, this is how it works.
And nobody cares about us, dude.
No.
I mean, nobody in our politics cares about the American people. I don't believe it for 1 second. I think it's all about winning. And, like, that's the scariest thing is, like, everybody is talking about how important this election is, and they say that every time.
Yeah.
But it's like, why aren't we – let's talk about solutions. Let's talk about how to make everybody's lives better. Let's talk about how to make America great again. No, just kidding.
No, like, I mean, like, and that's been like, I think it's pretty clear that I'm on the far left, right? Like, it's pretty clear. I haven't really said that on this podcast, but like, it's clear,
dude.
Look at me.
Look at you. You don't check out as like
Come on.
I mean, dude,
I got a dangle earring.
Right.
I kind of look like one of them.
I don't even think I think that's stupid too. I get it.
It
Like stereotypes, like purple hair.
Yeah,
it's like
I'm not voting for but so my
purple
issue,
shirt.
My issue with Kamala is she kind of represents no progress. Trump represents going backwards, but Kamala represents staying the same, and like it's just fucking. Just run on anything other than conservative talking points.
What about just reading like body language alone, like whatever they're saying, but you're like, dude, like this person is
right now
kind of getting off nowhere.
Right now we have a Democratic president running on conservative talking points. She's running on the border.
Well, and why do you think that is? Why do you think she's flip-flopping on that stuff?
Is
it just to win?
Well,
do you think she's really going to do that stuff?
So I think what we're seeing is Hillary Clinton V2. I think she's abandoning the progressive. She's abandoning the people on the left, and she's trying to get people from the right. And I think what we're going to see is her probably – I think she's probably still going to win, but –
You think she's going to win?
I do, yeah.
Really?
I think Trump's bad enough at this point where it's like
dude,
people know what they got with Trump. Like, and I just don't see – there's a lot of people flipping right now, I think. But I think she would definitely win if instead of running on – like, she's running on a strong military as one of her talking points. She's running on closing the border as one of her talking points. Like, Republican shit.
She's been against all these things.
Well, she said that.
She
like
said the
4
wall
years
was
ago.
a waste.
Right. And I mean,
then
it
now
was.
she was going to
Like,
build it.
I know. What the fuck is like? It's like just be a progressive. Just go on the left.
I don't even think that the wall is a bad idea. Like I think if realistically all the experts on this, which like I don't know what you call them or whatever, but like there's probably people in our country right now that are waiting for an opportunity to do something catastrophic.
Oh, dude.
And like
of
that's something that we should be concerned about, no? Like,
did you hear about the
it's not the immigrants that are the problem with that, though.
well, who is it then?
Americans.
I mean,
But
Because the immigration crime is like so low compared to like American crime. Like the immigration crime is like.
But I'm talking about
It's
like
so
sleeper
propelled.
cells. I'm
Or
talking about
future
like
issues maybe, but,
9/11 type attacks. Like there is definitely crime. I'm not even trying to blame immigrants for coming here, and illegal immigrants, they should want to be here. Everybody wants. You know, the funny thing is too is like I complain about things all the time, but it's like everybody wants to come here. Like a lot of people want to come here because they're sold on the American dream. And the sad part is they don't know that like it's not what it used to be. You know, you can't just show up with no money in your pocket, not speaking the language, and actually really.
See, the thing is like the thing with the illegal immigration thing and like why it's so fucking crazy to me that conservatives like that's their big thing they run on is because without illegal immigration, capitalism fucking fails tomorrow. Like without illegal immigration, nobody's going to be fucking detasseling our corn anymore. Nobody's going to be like doing these rough jobs that are like.
Which I think that's part of the problem for us as citizens. Getting like that's what corporations love. They love people like this coming in so they can have an undocumented workforce, treat them poorly, pay them nothing.
Yeah,
and that's wrong. I mean, my old boss used to talk like that all the time. She was a real piece of work, and if she was upset about something, they would make statements like, "I'll just fire everybody and go hire somebody else, undocumented." And it's like that's inappropriate. It's a terrible place for your heart to be. Now, if somebody's got a business and they want to help those people that are coming across and invest in them and give them a good job and know that like, hey, if I give somebody a good job and a good life, they're going to invest in the company. Like that's a totally different thing.
Right.
Like, but.
Well, my main thing is to say that capitalism is unsustainable. Like it's only sustainable with exploitation of workers. Like,
but it didn't used to be like that.
Yeah. Oh no, but we're in late stage now. This is
right.
This is like our country relies on everything going up all the time.
Well, it's
in order to do that, you have to cut labor. You have to give people less jobs, and you have to make more money for the shareholders. It's
that's what's so messed up. It's not everybody is. Again, it's just like that, dude. I'm gonna get some tape and put people over profit on my amp because it's just like that is such a strong. Because I didn't come up with that. I just read political. That. But it's like, dude, people's lives matter more than dollars. Although I still understand wanting to make money and wanting to continue to make money, but when it comes at the cost of somebody's
you could still make money without fucking.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
there's enough money for everybody,
dude. That's 100%. So like capitalism is broken because of evil people abusing it. And I think that the same thing can be said for communism or socialism. Is like ideally those systems on paper look like they should work, but then people get in there and they ruin it. And I'm like, there's got to be checks and balances. We got to keep these people from basically just it's getting to the point now where it's like global is the next move. Everything's going to become global. There'll be no individual countries. It's just going to be
Donald Trump running all of it.
A bigger hamster wheel. I will say this, like, I get why people don't like Donald Trump, and like I don't vote, just to be clear. Like I remember as a child, I think it was like the first like election I remember was like Bush and John Kerry.
Yeah.
Was that it?
Mm-hmm.
Was that his first one or second? I can't remember. Because he had 2 terms. Bush had 9/11 and then his second term.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I remember as a kid people being like these options suck.
Right.
And it's like as I've grown up and seen that, I'm just like, yeah, this is obviously
represented shit.
Well, and I think too, it's like at the end of the day, the it's just a classic Both,
Well, dude.
they have a system set up so that no matter which side wins, the back end, the whatever you want to call it, the deep state, the cabal, those people are still in control of everything.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have to worry about who wins because both of them are already accounted for.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like you need multiple parties to kind of help keep that in balance, because if there's more parties, I mean, dude, that's what's funny is none of us right here, we could go do all the grassroots, touring around the country. Everybody could love us. We could have 100% voter turnout for us as president, and we can't win. We're not allowed. Like, this isn't a country where you can just come and be from the country for the people and win.
Yeah.
Like they have very, like, look at Bernie Sanders, RFK, all these guys, either side. Like, but regardless, like, they get pushed out. Like,
well, I mean, Bernie got pushed out because he's progressive. RFK got pushed out because he's fucking.
Dude, I don't know if I've listened to him speak a few times, and I'm like, he's not dumb. He's definitely not dumb. And he's like a huge environmentalist.
Yeah, he's also like anti-medicine, like. He's
not, though. That's what I thought too. Like and then I saw him on Joe Rogan, which I know people are gonna hate that. But I was like, dude, this is interesting. I want to hear from this guy.
No, it's definitely interesting. I'm not gonna say that.
I just mean, like, if you say you listen to Joe Rogan, like, a lot of eyes roll, and I'm like, I just want to hear RFK speak.
That's fine. Yeah.
And he had Bernie on, and I was like, dude, no way, Bernie. Like, I love this. And both of those guys seemed genuine, and they, like, Bernie, you don't have to question if he's really about his social.
Yeah.
Like, when I see other people up there, like the candidates we have now, there's a lot of, like, you're just trying to manipulate,
like crappy acting,
and it's like
it's all fucking acting.
And it's like Bernie, I will say for sure, that he's actually about what he was standing on. His social causes. He's been about it. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's been on the right side of things.
That's why he didn't fucking win, though.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Is like we can't even get.
Oh, that's what killed me.
What we want
is when like. Everybody went out, voted for all the young people. Went out, voted for Bernie. Everybody was like all hyped up, and then they fucked us.
Dude, I almost voted.
Right, exactly.
I almost voted, and I was like, I don't know, but it's sad because it's like, I feel so I think everybody just feels like a old, worn out rubber band that's about to snap.
Yeah, man.
It's just like there's nothing, and it's like we can't stop anything. We can't do anything.
Yeah, all we can do is organize locally at this point, which I plan on doing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna run locally as soon as I buy a house.
You know what I think? I think it would be really cool if there was. We should just say screw the parties, and we should just have the two parties work together on everything.
I mean, that's Kamala Harris right there.
I mean, I don't know who she's got in her cabinet or whatever, but I'm saying, like, we should just have whoever's running for president. Like, what if Kamala and Trump were like, okay, we're going to sit down together and we're going to figure out the best for everybody, because it's not about them. It's not. It's about the people.
And that's what's so fucked about it, because there's no the fucking lower to middle class is never gonna get anything. Like, it's always we're always gonna get fucked. We're always gonna be We're never gonna have workers' rights. I had to look it up because I remembered, like, we were talking about regulations earlier and why they're so important.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of it's the Hawks Nest tunnel disaster?
No, tell me.
So I am gonna probably do a shitty job explaining this, but essentially it was like an operation that they were trying to mine for something, but it wasn't mining. They were trying to get in there, but they didn't have to follow. This was in, let's see, I need to see what year this was so I can 1930s.
Okay,
so they were able to skip all the regulations for mining, like having to wear masks when you drill into this stuff. So they were able to skip all that because they were not mining. Okay. And essentially there's this thing called silicosis. Silicosis.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically silica. Like it's like little, like, fucking
airborne.
It's dust that's made from drilling into this shit.
Right.
And you breathe it in. And you breathe it in for long enough, you get black lung and you die. And they knew this was happening. They kept sending people down there over and over again, and like 800 people eventually died. because they were able to. They had it's
The
a huge
loophole.
company. They were to hire lawyers and go around all the shit.
Right.
And their solutions for this, they just cost more money. The solutions cost more money. It takes longer.
Right.
So
of course.
basically, the company was like, "You need to get it done by now. You need to get it done in 1 month or whatever." And the only way to get done in 1 month is to skip all the safety shit. They sent people down without masks, without and people just would come up one day and all of a sudden I can't catch my breath anymore, and people would just start dying. And it goes to show why regulation is necessary, because you cannot trust a corporation. Because if a corporation was one person, if you were a corporation, say I can talk to you and be like, hey Ryan, this is why you can't do what you're doing. But when a corporation is made up of a bunch of people and the only thing is profit.
Bureaucracy too.
There's
too many people.
The only thing is profit. There's not one person making a decision. Decisions are made based on how much money is made, and people are forgotten.
Yeah,
and that's why we need regulation.
And there's obviously a ton of instances of that with the iron workers of cities that would fall off building these skyscrapers around the same time, and all these. But okay, here's the other side of that coin, I would say, because I watched that Purdue Pharma documentary, and that was another one where they had a loophole, and they went ahead and did what they were going to do to make that profit, because they knew at the end of it they were going to get away with it, and the little slap on the wrist that they were going to get, they were going to make more money doing what they were doing and paying that than if they didn't sell. So it's even with the regulation, it gets captured.
You need to enforce the regulation.
Well, and then the people that are in the regulation, now they're fighting to get this job after they leave the FDA or whatever at this private company. So they're setting themselves up for when they retire. And it's so it's both ways. It's you're getting, if you don't have enough regulation, people get it taken advantage of. When you do have regulation, it's they know how to get around it and they don't care. So it's I just come back to this thing where it's dude, there is no way. People are calling it black pilled or something, where they're just it's all over.
Everything's shit.
It's and I'm I'm a hopeful person. I think that the future can be bright, and I still have dreams and goals and stuff. But when the problem is us as a species just completely having a thirst and hunger for power and money, and it's what do you do with that? You can put all the regulations you want in there, and there's still going to be 500 lawyers for some company figuring out the back door.
Exactly. It's infinite money. Basically, they can do whatever the fuck they want. Also, anybody listening, if you're interested in this kind of thing, if you want us to research more things on this that Hawk's Nest thing or whatever, let me know.
Yeah,
I will do research and come to a podcast with shit like this ready to talk about it if it's something people are interested in.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's honestly it's one
and
of those.
Also, let us know if this political discussion was too much. Because if you want us to be more of an escape. We've got a good 10 people that listen religiously right now.
I think the only as far as escape, it's the only way out is through. And I think if dude, I feel patriotic sometimes, because I feel I would like to be more vocal about things, and in a way that's we just all need to come together. Rather than, and it's nobody in the political world is trying to bring people together. It's just a lot of division. And I'm as an individual, we can, even if it's 10 people on there, we can all come together and be discussing things in the comments.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Absolutely.
It's not going to change the world, but we can change our little world right here.
Clip that chat.
So cliche.
Clip that chat.
We cannot end on that, dude. Please
no,
don't.
we're not. We're not. We're gonna.
Please don't make me end on that.
We're I'm just saying if I just let me know. I'd just let us know what you think of this discussion, because I'm just curious.
I think at the end of the day, I love people. People piss me off, and sometimes I'm I just want to go out in the woods on a commune.
Yeah,
dude.
no, absolutely.
Sometimes I'm that is the best thing. I'm gonna give up on every music goal, work goal, whatever, and just
find peace in nature.
Find peace out in nature and not have to worry. You start looking at the food you're eating and everything in that, and you're I can't even go eat any food at a restaurant without being poisoned.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's it's. I would much.
What's funny though, it's RFK is the only person I've ever heard in my life make his main points, making the people healthy, making food healthy, And if you know he's trying to like make the country healthier, like that's a big chunk of like, well, maybe he's not.
Well, dude,
evil
those
agenda.
corporations.
Yeah, I mean,
everyone
it
else is
comes
trying
back
to kill. Like,
it comes back to we need to these corporations need to be held accountable for the shit they do.
Dude,
For
they're literally like all
profit over people,
the
baby.
McDonald's and everything that there's all this stuff there's like chemicals going in these foods. I mean
it's
everybody's
making
seen
people sick
the
faster.
cheeseburger that's lasted in
Yeah.
a glass box for whatever it's been 5 years and
He's
it
still
doesn't
kicking.
change. Like that's not healthy, dude. Like
And also like to go a step further, like the fact that everything has been made so expensive if you're trying to go healthier that sometimes for poor people the only option is to go cheap and
Well,
get
right.
shitty
But
processed
that's
food.
what they should be subsidizing.
Oh,
If
totally
if the
agree.
government's going to
Hey,
subsidize something, subsidize
Food.
the healthy stuff. Make people pay more for the garbage
100%, yeah.
because that's going to
Right.
be that's the detrimental thing. I pay more. People pay more taxes on things like cigarettes, alcohol, tobacco because it's harmful. So it's like that should be the same thing across the board. And also, let kids. Give kids back their vapes and cigarettes. Don't be pushing the age to 21, man. That's crazy. You let a kid go
Are
fight.
they doing that?
I just was in the gas station the other day and I saw the sign and I was like, oh, they moved it to 21. And like she's like, yeah, you can go fight for your country, but you can't get
Dude,
cigarettes.
don't
and
even
I'm
be
like,
started on the
you went
fucking
from-
military system.
You went from dude, we gotta get healthy to let the kids vape.
yeah.
Popcorn.
That's
load.
awesome.
I mean, I'm for personal individual freedom of pretty much 100%.
We should want to be a healthy.
I think most people
country
are.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But like that right there is just shows. It's like you let a kid vote, but he can't go buy cigarettes or
Yeah,
vape. It's like
they can go die in a war, but they can't buy alcohol. Like,
yeah, it's like
I told that lady, I was like, yeah, I bet when they're out there though working, like they're probably sneaking a few stogies. And she goes, no, they're not.
who? What do you mean?
The cashier lady that was talking about that. I
Who's
was
they? Like the
like
kids in the
people
military?
yeah, like
Oh,
Marines
yeah.
or in the army or whatever. I'm like, they're still probably sneaking a few. And she goes, nope.
You know,
Yeah, I know.
they got Zins in, bro.
Dude,
Come on.
there's-
oh yeah,
there's other-
Zinnin all
There's
day.
Zinnin, like,
other
crazy.
countries allow drinking at like much younger
Yeah, and it
ages.
should just be that way. It's just America's like got this like weird fucking obsession with like getting fucked up or something. I don't know what it is.
Overindulgence.
Decadence, bro.
Overindulgence is
It's
100%
decadence
what it
and
is.
debauchery.
indulgence in everything. We got to
Okay.
have the newest this, the newest that, and I get that. It's cool. Really, if you think about it, capitalism has brought massive innovation in every aspect of our lives. The only
The only
reason
thing is the innovation would have still happened under any other because like you said, people want better. People want to experience more. People want everybody people
Yeah.
want things to advance. And things would
Yeah.
advance like people didn't create penicillin for profit. They didn't create medicine for profit. They created it to help the world and the government wanted to profit off of it.
Mhm.
Or these corporations. Like stuff would still happen under non-capitalism.
But I don't think it's as aggressive.
I 100% think it would be.
Well,
I
everything
think
is like a like
Like
Apple.
cancer,
like,
if it wasn't for capitalism, cancer would be cured right now. 100%.
I think that's 100% true.
Right.
And I just read something the other day that was talking about the American patents. Did I talk to you about that? Or was that
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
else?
There's like a poor man's patent or something you said?
No. This was something
Was
else.
it something else?
That's it.
Or was
So-
that Buck said that?
Buck said that. Yeah. Yeah, but no.
Hell
So
yeah.
like
Love that guy.
there's this thing called like the national American National Patent Act or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
and there's any patent that gets registered that is a threat to Homeland Security or the national economy, whatever,
yeah.
they can take that patent, and that file of patents is over 6,000. So they have probably a cure for cancer. They could have like new forms of technology for energy that like we could all be benefiting from, but because it disrupts the market in a whole, they took it and but how many of those videos have you seen where the dude makes a car run off water and he gets
Yeah.
he disappears.
Right.
It's like that's not
Shoots
that's
himself,
not a
man.
conspiracy, bro. Like there's money makes people do horrible things.
And that's
if,
why I think capitalism creates an incentive to try to fuck over people because you need to make the most money.
well, and I
You know?
I agree.
Mhm.
That's just factual. Like
Yeah.
everything you see, like even the people in the mines and
Mhm.
like the steel workers back in the day, it's like those things can't be overlooked. Those are obviously a
There are
tragedy.
people that just want to live, man.
right. I mean, it's but
Mhm.
That's my belief comes down to I want every single every single person in this country to have like just be like at minimum be comfortable, survive, eat well, just at minimal, just like I want comfort. I want people to not be overworked. I want people to have stress-free lives. Like, that's all I want.
Everybody wants that too.
It's like Apple.
It's the mode of how we get there, where everybody starts getting pit against each other because they go, "No, you're wrong. You're wrong." And that's where I go back to. It's like, dude, it's a hybrid. We got to find a hybrid of everything together. We can't with the It's like, dude, 30. What is it? 36 trillion. Come on.
Yeah, whatever.
What are we doing?
Nah,
There's
dude,
no
it's like
way
38.
to pay that.
It's probably 40 now.
There's no way to pay that.
Dude, and it's that's just the government essentially giving money to corporations for no fucking reason for them to just fuck.
Well, the Wall Street bailout,
yeah,
like all the housing market crash, like these are all things that
where is the fucking American citizen bailout?
That's what I'm saying. If any individual would have, and nobody goes to jail, nobody gets in trouble, like. There's a capitalistic oligarchy has been getting thrown around a lot right now.
The Hells Angels are on their way to Colorado now.
Okay,
dude,
that thing.
Is that true?
No.
Because
it's fucking bullshit.
I've seen some
it's
videos.
Propaganda.
I've seen some videos.
It's fucking racist propaganda.
The Venezuelans.
I
don't think it's racist.
It's 100% racist. It's they're using it as illegals are coming over our border and fucking taking over our apartment buildings.
Okay, but I think that's we do have illegal immigrants coming over, and apparently
they're not sending their best.
Dude, okay, but this is Venezuela. Did they empty their jails or no?
I don't fucking know.
Because that's what I want to know. Because if that's true and they did do that, then whether it's actually fleshed out into crime rate or not yet, though that means it's true. Because their crime rate's gone down apparently. It's basically zero.
Oh yeah.
That's what they're saying.
So I don't know enough about that. What I do know is that
true,
building that they're talking about that was taken over by a Venezuelan gang was condemned because it's been a piece of shithole run by some slumlord for the last like fucking 10 years.
Right.
And it got condemned for those reasons, and then some I think some migrants might have moved into it, but it's not a gang issue. It's a fucking there's poor people. There's people being taken advantage of. There's poor shit.
I saw a video straight up of AK-47s.
Like 12 of them.
Yeah, I saw that too, but I don't think we even know where that came from though.
No, that's what I'm saying. We don't know where it came from. We don't know if they're citizens or not. We're just looking at people with weapons clearing out apartments and stealing.
Dude, we don't know what the hell is real. It's when it comes to a video of anything. Like it'll be a video from like 2002.
Yeah,
it's somewhere on the other side of the globe. But like this was Aurora, Colorado.
Dude, when like Justin Bieber shared a post after October 7th that was Palestine leveled and it said pray for Israel. It's like, dude, you're seeing the result of Israel. You stupid bitch.
Yeah, that's. Well, dude, and it's like in his defense, like
they've
got it so
you know
confusing, bro.
Yeah,
it's like we don't know what. And I'm not a Bieber supporter of any kind. I'm not a believer, but
I'm a belieber. But I agree.
I am a believer.
I'm a believer, but I agree. People are being. It's just like everything's being propagandized into our fucking brains, and like it's hard to.
You know what?
Follow
You know what made it completely just gone is the clicks. Everything's clicks now. These news stations are just trying to create controversy for the clicks and ad money.
Let's bring it back to capitalism. Exactly,
dude. I agree. I mean, there's like
outrage culture.
That's the thing is there's like good things and bad things about everything, right? It's like there's no just like this is going like people that the number one talking point against communism is like where has it ever worked? And then somebody goes, oh, there isn't a real communism or real socialism out there because it gets corrupted. And it's like, yeah, because it's easily corruptible because you have ultimate control of a government. Yeah. And that's where I get freaked out because I go, yeah, why are these people telling us what to do?
Yeah, I
these
can
people,
see that.
This is just another human being telling us how to live our lives. It's especially, like, that's why I'm like, the government shouldn't tell us anything. We're supposed to be in charge.
For that, for sure.
We're supposed to be in charge of you guys.
Yeah,
we're the ones paying into this. Yeah. You guys are insider trading, making millions of dollars a year, and we're out here paying taxes. These guys probably ain't even paying taxes.
They aren't. But you know what I do want to say is I want to apologize to Adam because we have these conversations all the time, and poor Adam's always just sitting there like,
dude, I hate politics.
Dude, he does.
We have these conversations and fucking Adam's just like checked out the whole time.
Dude, yeah, so I was sitting here going, being like, dude, I know there's some good clips where I'm just like, what's that? Curb Your Enthusiasm theme song?
Yeah.
This is not even like this is the
wasn't
only one
planned.
on camera, but like we have these all the time.
Yeah.
And like
Dude, you know what it is? It's because like anybody can get sucked into conspiracies easily, but when you can like when there's all these solutions and questions, but it's like, dude, if you like look at who's in control of things, who runs most money, their influence on countries working together or not is always going to trump like us sitting here making a solution when it's plain and simple. You're like,
right.
Yeah.
these are the ways that we should be living in a country. This is the health that our country should have. But like, there's always, and it sounds so conspiracy-y, but you're like, dude, there's some bigger agendas that are just money.
It doesn't
and
have
it's power,
exactly.
and
It's just it's like it's not even a bigger thing. It's just
land.
money.
It's
Yeah.
us going in and effing,
I think there's more to it than just
you know,
money, too,
other
dude.
countries and
Money and power is. I
Money
think
and
is
power.
the
Yeah,
essential
there's
thing.
probably
Control.
other
Control.
things,
But-
weird things. But
But like this
it's just-
decisions not being made for the better of the people of the country because it could hurt corporate interest.
Yeah.
Sucks.
And I think that
Yeah, dude,
that's
I
the
mean-
most frustrating part. Like you said, it's like we could sit here and talk for an hour or
Exactly.
10 minutes about it and not,
and we should, like, we totally should.
That's-
Should
Right.
have the conversations.
It's exhausting
about-
though.
well, dude, that's what's so crazy about it is it's like the only thing that it's like the most important thing, and they make it so exhausting to sift through everything that you can't even get to the bottom of it and you give up. It's like
yeah.
I give up, like, you know, I never got
A long
started.
time ago.
Right.
I never got started, you know? It's
Our
like,
attention spans are so short that
I just-
like it's hard to fucking even like really dig.
dude,
Unless they spin stories that
That's-
fit their narrative.
our attention spans aren't even, podcasts are bigger than ever.
I know,
People are
I know.
listening, but it's like it's like they say that, and then it's like you go
Actually-
listen to some brain rot on
Right.
TV.
Well, let me ask you this: when you listen to a podcast, right, like this people talking, do you just sit there and listen, or are you doing something else at the same time?
Oh, you mean like physically?
Yeah,
I'm usually doing something else.
right.
I'd say
That's what I'm saying. Our attention span needs to be doing something else to get like
yeah.
shit into our brain.
Right,
we
like
can't
reading
just
a book.
sit.
Well, dude, I can't go to sleep unless my brain is focusing on a podcast. Like, so I'm like, that's all my times where I'm like, oh, I'm just like listening to this or like, but like I need some white noise. I need my brain to be focusing and listening to this so that I can turn it off enough to like fall asleep. Otherwise my brain is just like constantly going. But I think the reality is that we're so screwed right now.
We're-
It's easy to say you don't care. I'm like, dude, I don't care. But then
Yeah.
you got to know what the hell's going on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even though
it's-
we won't know what the actual hell's going on. At least we're catching up to like what's being said, so we know what might be totally just BS, or you know that might be a good thing to look into. But
Dude,
thing is, man,
it's hard to sift.
all of our bellies are full. We're sleeping at night. We got homes to live in, so we're never gonna like fight to change things. You know,
Dude,
as long as we're
boom.
full.
bread and circus. I mean, that's
Knowledge
part of
bomb.
the whole thing. Which there is a lot of people out there that don't have that stuff. Real, I mean,
I know, but like the majority of Americans are not hungry. But there's a lot of hungry people, but the majority, I would say, are not.
there's a different type of like hunger in
Yeah.
America than in another country. Like
Drugs.
there's like food deserts.
Drugs.
Food deserts here mean something totally different in
Yeah.
foreign third world countries where they're like,
Oh yeah.
not
See,
even.
I mean, dude, seeing how like Palestinians are living right now, it's just like this sucks.
dude,
It's
Mhm.
fucking like
And-
they have a water
dude.
truck bringing in. And they have to like this one guy that just got murdered recently was like he had to pay $10 a day to charge his phone and his laptop basically or something like
yeah, right.
these people are just like
Dude, you know what's sad is
That's
this
sad.
Gaza thing is going on everywhere too. Like that's what's
more yeah
that's what's
it's-
even more messed up is like they only focus on like certain ones.
yeah
It's like, dude, how long has Africa just been a battleground, bloodshed all through history?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, and we had it here too with
right.
Native Americans and
Dude, and my focus on Gaza right now just has to do with the fact that like our tax dollars
yeah,
are funding it.
yeah,
Like I understand like we should probably like stay out of conflicts. It'd be nice if we could help everything, but like can we just keep our tax dollars?
What would
out of
be
it?
so this is something I think about too. I think about, okay, there was obviously, it's really easy to forget that people died on, what was it, October 7th or
Yeah.
6th?
7.
So it's like that was obviously a brutal attack.
Yep.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
what is like the appropriate retaliation? Like the same number killed? Because like I don't like death at all.
That
you know what I mean?
That's where it gets really complicated because like, you know, if you could even count their death count before then, like the opposite, and Israel still killed more Palestinians even before then.
Well,
like,
then it's like, okay, how far do you go back to? Because it's like that's where we get into this tic-tac-toe thing where it's like, okay, how go back 100 years? How many Jews got killed? You know what I mean? Like, it's like honestly, any civilian innocent life lost is too many.
Well, and like, so like the issue is like, so recently they had an operation where they went into Iran and killed the spokesperson.
Dude.
Right? They had a special operation.
I got something on that.
So they have the capabilities to do special operations, but instead they're leveling cities with bombs.
Mm-hmm.
And like they're not going for Hamas. They're just trying to kill as many Palestinians as they can.
Yeah, I mean, so a couple things on that. I think from some of these a little bit more conspiratorial podcasts I've been listening to, they were talking about how Iran's next because that's the only way that they can like kind of get people to forget about the women and children and babies and go fight these guys, which is really scary.
Like the U.S. going to fight or
like Israel. Well, we'll end up in it.
Yeah.
No matter what, no matter who's doing what, we'll end up in it. You know what I mean?
And then fucking more Americans will die for a non-just cause.
Well, that'll probably be World War III. You know, because then you got Russia, who's good friends with Iran, obviously, and stuff too. So, and it's no secret either, too, that the U.S. government's wanted to go to war with Iran since 9/11. There's documents too. That's what's even more frustrating about that is like some of this stuff is being released and like it's so not believable that it's just swept under the, you know what I mean? There's no real journalism anymore. These legacy media companies, they're just being told what to say because they're being paid by pharmaceutical companies that are, you know what I mean? It's like I can't watch Hulu without it's all pharmaceuticals.
I know.
Just
and I'm
which
like,
Pfizer commercial? You have to click on 3 of them. Like,
Dude,
which one do you want?
I'm like,
I'll do that one.
I never realized it until people started talking about it. And I'm like,
so real.
oh my God. And even as a kid, I remember when I used to watch cartoons or whatever on TV when cable was still like prominent, like it was all commercials for, you know, you get your tire commercial, your car commercial, and then 3 medical with the guy talking at the end of diarrhea, bleeding of the rectum. You know, it's
you
like,
may die, but
and we're one of the only countries that allows that.
It's disgusting.
It's
horrible. And the fact that like you watch that pharmaceutical documentary, or not the dramatization, whatever it was called, I can't think of what it's called. But
yeah, there was.
You watch that and you see like they're marketing the fucking doctors to prescribe this shit. What?
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Like, and they're like, you need to
medicine
pump
should
up
not be
those.
for profit.
You need to pump up those milligrams to get your bonuses.
Right, like, dude, you're prescribing a medication. Like, we should try to not use any of this medication. That should be the goal, right?
Right,
Like
exactly, dude.
scenario.
I think the medical field should not be incentivized by bonuses or anything like that.
No.
We should be taking all that money and putting it into new things to help heal, you know, people and
welcome to socialism, baby.
I mean, dude, it's just a
hospital's not for profit.
But dude, then it's like that you have the same problem there too. At some point, that collapses as well. That's what I'm saying. There's no good like. It's got to be like a mix. We have to take the best of both.
I'm saying we just like you just take the things that people need and don't profit off of them, and then that's pretty much all I want.
Yeah. That's a great start.
That's
that
pretty
covers
much
a
all
lot.
I want. I don't want profit. I don't want profits on hospitals. I don't want profits on prisons. I don't want.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things that incentivize people to have to do bad things to people. I just don't like that.
That's and that's one of those things that everybody's like, yeah, why are we doing this?
Like what the fuck?
It's like this messed up.
Like,
how many
but
lives?
the innovation of the hospital. It's like no. We don't need to charge fucking $50 for an ibuprofen in the ER.
You guys are just paying your upper management more. That's all that's happening. It's the same thing with colleges. You know, it's like colleges are if the uptick on or the price gouging on colleges doesn't go to the facilities. It pretty much goes to the upper management.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want to call it. The dean.
It goes to the fucking the shareholders of the. I don't know if they're fucking publicly traded. That'd be crazy, but either way,
there's no way.
It's going to.
Excuse me, I burped.
No way they're publicly traded. We should probably wrap.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, guys, go stream Georgia's song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, check
We
it out.
started out with Georgia song plug. I was like,
Yeah.
we can maybe talk about the songwriting aspect of it and like maybe some things, and then we went full politics.
Yeah, dude.
Next time, if you guys want to hear more about, I think it'd be interesting for us to talk about like some recording process, some like behind the scenes type things. I think that'd be cool.
We should definitely.
Yeah.
So I'd like
do
to get
that.
some other artists on here. We should get Justin on here to talk about their new song. That'd be a good one.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
We've been talking about that already. I'll text him like
see if he's
immediately.
free next week.
All right,
Do
cool.
it. That'd be awesome.
I'll tell him next week, dude.
Yeah. So yeah.
That'd be cool.
Also, anybody that listens, if you have something you want to promote, man, you want to come on and talk to us, hit me up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think, dude, this is honestly so much fun. I think there's something healthy about just getting together with some friends
And just talking and listening.
and just like workshop and stuff. I think I've learned so much through so many different podcasts, whether they were wrong or right, just and I think that's a cool thing, man.
And we should say that everything we say is our opinion.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I could be wrong. Ryan could be wrong. Adam's never wrong.
Yeah.
But
I don't know shit about shit. But.
I think there's just something cool
it's all
about coming
opinions.
together, and
we all talk. We all respect each other's opinions. At the end of the day, if we disagree, we're not gonna fucking get mad at each other. We're just gonna talk it out and
Just talk
agree
shit
to
about
disagree.
each other.
there's really no place for violence, folks.
no place for
So-
violence. Except I'm gonna beat some ass.
Yeah.
All right, knuckle down, folks.
Boom.
Peace. Don't vote.
Boom.
I
Don't
honestly,
vote.
I can't stress that enough.
Don't fucking vote.
If we all don't vote, we can tell them that we want different new things happening.
That's what I'm trying to do. Democratic Party right now.
Yeah.